pessoal, sejam bem-vindos a mais um episódio do ShaneCast. Estamos aqui hoje, nesta bela tarde de sábado, a gravar, e eu estou aqui com uma convidada, a primeira convidada do show, feel like a female guest
que
in the show.
honra.
Yeah. We're getting there. Ela é uma co-host no podcast Prato do Dia e ela vai se apresentar.
Uau, ok. Olá, sabes, falamos de tudo. Alan deu-me um intro de como não usar o microfone e como usar o microfone, mas não me disse que teria que fazer uma introdução.
No, just a quick introduction.
Okay,
just
okay,
tell
okay.
them what you do, what you're about.
Ok, meu nome é Nely e agora, do momento, estou a estudar, estou no meu último ano de Engenharia Biomédica. Sim, como Alan disse, co-apresentadora do Prato do Dia e co-fundadora da YouLead. Acho que há de aparecer na conversa e acho que é só isso. Como temos um tempo.
Like I'm nem sei por se falar, but I have a question for how has it been like podcasting for a crowd like the Mozambican crowd that's not necessarily used to this culture, like being one of the pioneers in this thing. How has it been for you?
It's even, I think at the beginning, eu sempre dizia, Karen, não, pioneers, nós já começamos, né? Mas, pelo que eu noto, somos muitos.
There's actually a lot of people doing this.
Yeah.
Like, like, the first podcast that I came across that I actually listened to foi o da Wilma e do Cisco.
I told them they were my inspiration. Eu just disse, bros, não parem, porque aquela conversa foi deep and it was good. Eu disse,
exactly. I don't know why they haven't been posting.
Yeah, like,
but I was like,
thank you.
Yeah, I was like, this is so nice. Depois tem, eu não esqueci o nome dele, eu só sei que ele também está no UK. Ele tem um podcast dele, eu escutei um gosto naquele podcast. Acho que apanhei mais junto também, someone que está there in Europe. I was like, wait, so people are actually doing this? And I was like, okay, so it's happening.
Não, eu gosto. O que me fez começar a gravar realmente foi Karen. Tipo, porque eu não sou gay. Eu pensei, hey, we have good conversations, temos que gravar.
Everyone has those thoughts.
Escutei do Wilma da Cisco. Wilma e Cisco. And I thought, shit, this is good. Like, eles têm como é que chama?
Dynamic,
chemistry. Muito nice. It's soothing. Soothing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's what you can say. Então ouvi, pensei, wow, this is good. Depois, também, os podcasts que eu escutava, tipo da Oprah, eu comecei a ver que havia mais cenas que eu podia fazer ao ouvir podcasts. E comecei a ver que tinha conversas que eu estava a ter com a Karen que fazia sentido, tipo...
Ficar um podcast.
Ficar um podcast. Mas... would I post them? Never. Karen, eu tenho que dar all the credit for putting that live. Ficamos a conversar um dia, batemos um papinho e disse, we should record this. We recorded. Next thing you know, I was having a couple of drinks. And now, next thing you know, first episode is live. Eu quando acordei dia seguinte,
Wait, she's the one that did the sound editing e toda a cena?
Porque já estava tudo, foi no Zoom, então ela... por isso que o nosso primeiro episódio, cringeworthy. Tipo, eu não escuto.
I think that's the case for everyone. I also don't listen to Pilot much because like I didn't know how to edit audio then. It was just a thing of
tava só ali a falar, mas é assim. You know when you get to a certain milestone, tipo quando chegas ao 10º episódio, that's when you're like, shit, like we've improved, we've come a long way.
True.
Então,
vocês estão em quantos episódios agora? 4, 5?
5, né? 5 foi com a Inês.
Tiveram uma guest.
Yes. Which was also really good. Agora, tipo, temos outra coisa, é tempo para gravar. Mas it's been good. Content creating, como tinhas perguntado, tipo, tem que dizer respect. Respect. Porque I feel like I'm doing something in terms of consistency in posting. Nós já tínhamos falado disso. Mas there's a lot more that comes to it.
Just vontade, em primeiro lugar. Actually recording. Porque há nem cenas that can stop you from like recording stuff and then you just...
Tu podes estar sem feeling de conversar, mas como vais estar sem feeling se tu já disseste que vais postar almost every 2 weeks? Life happens. You just have to do it. And if you're doing it alone, which like props to you, leva muito pelo menos quando faz com outra pessoa, tem accountability.
I have to do it with other people because I do it guests because I tried recording on my own and I don't think people enjoyed it much. The metrics, you know, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. The numbers are being way too honest with me that stop doing this thing on your own. Or maybe it was the content. I should probably do a different podcast where I'm doing it on my own, but different kind of content. I did like an album review podcast, and the numbers are really, really bad.
Yeah, but I think adding the visual aspect to it, like
that one had the visual that was my very first podcast with the visual aspect to it, and I distributed in all platforms.
My lad.
But yeah, so I guess conversations with people, that's the thing that people are interested in. Or a story.
Yeah, sim, isso, mas também, to be fair, o que eu gosto de podcast é que no commitments,
Facts.
Não é como uma série. Tu podes, por exemplo, para quem ainda não viu o álbum que estavas a fazer review era do Utah.
Yeah.
Ok. Então, alguém pode escutar o álbum do Utah, fazer share ou chegar, ver os teus episódios, pensar, shit, let me see what he thought about it. So it is a
like the ecosystem around it.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
No,
because
no,
podcasts,
facts.
like, you see a topic, eu ouço umas 4 moças, they're separate, fazem duas.
Yeah.
There's some topics that, pura e simplesmente, that there's that flexibility in podcasts. You can just jump. O único podcast que eu escuto, it's so creepy, mas o único podcast que eu escuto religiously is a true crime one.
Is it?
It's called Case Files. It's so good. Like, it's Australian. They're
I
just
think
talking about crimes.
I've seen some links on my suggestion box of podcasts that have to do with like crime stories and whatnot, but I've never really delved into them because it was just like, it's
no,
whatever.
man. Like, they're deep, huh?
Maybe I should try that. But yeah, as you're saying, content creation is just crazy, and you're just there like, yeah, I want to do this, I don't want to do it, and yeah.
And like, it really brings me to what I thought, like, we planned to have this episode, and then I was like, hey, let me just think about what I'm going to talk about. Alan, you lead, bro. I think my biggest lesson, e continua a ser lesson, é a ideia e a plataforma que é YouLead.
Yeah.
Aquilo foi conceptualizado em 2017. So just to give you guys some
but
context.
Okay, like, just I think you're going to start like from zero, right?
Yeah, to give you some context, like the vision
about
of that,
YouLead.
is a platform by Mozambican youth. E quando eu digo youth, não é até 25, estou a dizer até os 30, because isso é o que é classificado jovem, sim. Cá, uma plataforma onde partilha-se para o desenvolvimento profissional, mas sempre a ter uma área de desenvolvimento pessoal também. So, like, okay, say you're in uni right now, estás prestes a graduar. Quais são os requerimentos? Like, I felt like there were so many questions that are answered abroad, but not here.
Yeah.
Like, LinkedIn, is it important or not? What do HR recruiters want from us?
Yeah.
What do, all these things that I felt that, okay, we can get this info from people que estão já a trabalhar na área de HR and whatever. You can also have entrepreneurs come in and share, because I don't think education is everything. It's great, mas não é para todos. You might want to be a seamstress. And not to say that you can't study e depois tipo fazer roupa, you can.
Yeah.
But it's okay if you don't want to.
Yeah,
if
true.
you just, as long as you're the best one. But how about you connect girls to like Easy, all these people that, yes, have gone through their studies, mas também, or today they're making it, So it was just that, like, there's Mito, he does active sports with the clothes. Like, man's works, but he also does that. How was that process? Literally in anything that people are entrepreneuring, I wanted there to be a platform where you can ask questions, just have your questions answered for your own development, just so you know you can make it.
Yeah.
And then societies, for unis. Like, I just feel like there's so much more nowadays that employers want from you. Que não é só teus grades. If you have great grades, great. You're gonna
it's like a step at the door. Good grades and step at the door.
Mas
like you're in.
Personal skills. Like, what have you done?
Yeah. But
outside?
then they start asking you those questions and you're like,
Sim, porque agora job não é só tu chegares e seres bom, tipo, nos números. Can you work in a team? Because chances are you're going to jump from team to team. E all those team building activities, parte de desporto, até, e não, I just feel like não há uma déficit dessa informação cá. And that's what I wanted YouLead to be.
Okay. A platform that focuses on providing information, because at the end of the day, the most important resource that any young person can have these days is information.
100%.
And I hear that, and personally, I must say that from most of my experiences and from the stuff that I've heard and the conversations that I've had with people, I feel like we don't really emphasize on like learning those skills.
We don't.
I remember the other day, I think it was Luana. Shout out Luana. Hey, by the way, I forgot to tell you before. If you feel like shout outing anyone, do it. The platform is here.
I will.
So shout out Luana Souza. Ela estava a dizer que alguém disse uma cena de você tem sei lá quantos anos e não sabe fazer teu CV. Depois ela disse que ela teve inimizade com alguém porque essa pessoa pediu para ela fazer o CV, mas ela disse não, eu não vou fazer o seu CV, eu vou, I'll walk you through it.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna go through each step, nós dois juntos. And then the person was like, nah, we're not friends anymore. That person has been mad at her ever since.
Yeah.
So.
Mas gostei da postura dela.
Yeah, I mean that's what we should be doing as youth, like helping each other up. Like whenever someone asks me about a certain thing that I know that they don't know, I'd rather walk them through it, not just tell them like, do this. Some people come to me, how do I start a podcast? Just get yourself mics and whatever. But then how do you distribute it? You know, that those are the things that you're gonna start realizing. So I try my utmost best to like walk them through the whole value chain. But in this case, the value chain of information giving é tipo tu explicar a pessoa quando ela já faz um CV, faz isso, faz aquilo, não sei das quantas.
E cover letter, não se é preciso cover letter. E eu noto, por exemplo, porque isto, nós conceptualizamos em 2017, começámos, éramos 4, né? Agora somos 2, but surprise, surprise, like someone else is joining the project, because it's been on hold. But, in a nutshell, o que eu queria dizer era que eu notava lá em Sydney que, ok, aqui eles apoiam. Sabes, you get into uni, they'll encourage you.
Não tem um career services center.
You do. E não tem career services like center. Tem societies. Like, tem mais cenas que te dizem, bro. Like, tu até sentes peso. Eu... Lá, todas as férias, falas com alguém, what are you doing? They're like, estás aqui, depois estás ali, because you have to build, because you have to... All of that, né? And they hear that através de aqueles networking events que tínhamos que organizam as associações, conheces pessoas and they say, fill your CV up with these little things. Nayara também, being in the UK, she was always attending, like the unis, in a way, promote this.
Exactly.
Eu acho que aqui, é por isso que eu achei que havia office. Because we didn't have that.
There
like, we don't have that here.
Deficit because
you have that in American school maybe, where they start encouraging, like they pretty much help you do your stuff for the IB.
I remember that in the, what's it called? Na Sul-Africana. Nos ajudavam com essas cenas. Little, like, from time to time, like, nos explicarem essas cenas, montar, fazer teu CV in LO, like, from grade 10, 11, they started like teaching us this.
LO?
Mr. Pete, I don't know if you
I don't
met
think I met him.
Yeah, so they started teaching us those things and whatnot. But when I went to uni, dude, that's when it became even deeper. And then when I started having conversations with people here about, hey, que tal, vocês estão a aprender essas cenas, ensinam isso aqui, they'd be like, nah.
No, like they go to you, like, you know, my friends vão para a faculdade, sim, estão aware, mas não há isso de...
Só se eles tiverem iniciativa própria.
Mas também the thing is, where are these events? Onde é que há eventos onde várias companhias juntam-se só para network. Tipo, pessoas, trabalhadores de recursos humanos, estarem lá, do departamento, estarem lá a conversar com Alan que está no 3º ano, a perguntar, what's your plan? You know, you catch talent naquela idade.
And nós já estamos... You are basically like a society, basically like a uni society, but like as an independent organization.
100%. Like you would get sponsorships. They would give you money because these companies also want you to invite them.
Now really makes a lot more sense to me because I was like sort of confused in the story, but like now I totally
We wanted to be a hub of like-minded people where if a company is looking to hire at a junior level, they're like, this is where we go.
Like you guys have a database of people.
And people that are interacting, people that we know are going talvez through. So that's the whole restructuring thing. Porque, wow, in terms of content creation, eu acho que até perto do dia, and anything else I've done after YouLead, that is still a work in progress, has been easier. YouLead, the first mistake, I think of 3 things where we've fucked up. Was pensar que é possível fazer uma coisa longe. Começar longe.
Not really.
Porque nós as duas fora.
Fora.
Começar a tentar promoting things here. Tricky. tricky, and I think it's not impossible. It's just hard.
Yeah.
There's a lot that you need to be here to know. Like, you don't find on the internet.
Yeah.
But agora tanto aqui, these, oh my gosh, I love it. This is the longest time I've been here. So, descobrir que tem website, emprego.co.mz. Like, I was like, where do jobs get advertised?
Yeah, emprego.
Exactly. And then right now,
shout out Frederico Silva is the one of the co-founders of that company.
Great. Like, we
you
should link up.
listen to his podcast on Kubula.
Yeah.
One of the links that I sent you.
Yeah.
He went there last week, and bro, that podcast was so mind-opening with regards to like entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Like just being an entrepreneur and like the challenges that you might face doing that stuff here in Mars. So yeah, shout out to him and talk to him. He might be one of the people that might give you like guidance on words.
Possible collaboration também, porque é para encontrar pessoas that would hopefully then end up in their website, or that their website would come in like fish, and then be like, hey, there's these opportunities match. And then I also went on to discover que tem companhias agora que fazem headhunting.
Yeah.
For HR in bigger companies, and it's lovely to also see that there's executive roles that are filled with these recursos humanos companies. Shout out to Jason. So there's that. Criar algo fora, very tricky. Depois, interaction. Oh my God. Não é só eu não vou dizer que eu sou moçambicano. I think in a lot of places, people, depending on how you are and how you grow culturally, you might not start supporting right away or interacting. Like it doesn't, and we're one of those. And that's just how we are. Like, I would honestly be a hypocrite if I said that I don't follow suit. Sometimes you do. You see your friend starting something, a simple retweet. Like, now we're doing it more. But boy, it's still hard. Like, sometimes people want to wait and sort of, they'll follow, but just to see. O que estás a fazer, o que está a acontecer. Likes, interação. And I think quando nós pensamos how YouLead should be, porque eu estava a dizer sharing experiences, we wanted there to be a time when people come in and say, hey, I've got an interview. Where, like, how is this outfit looking? That ideia.
Yeah, interview skills. É uma cena que people don't take it seriously, but going to interviews is an actual skill.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. You have to prepare yourself to answer some questions.
People generally think it's just a thing of, I need to dress well and that's it.
No.
But when you face a panel,
exactly.
When you face a panel and you're just there on your own and they start asking you questions about either the area that you've studied or,
or things you don't know. Because one thing, simple example, is sometimes you're asked, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Brother, assídios, onde it's best for you to say, hey, in the next 5 years, ideally, I would be here. But ultimately, my life goal, like my career dream job, is to open my own company. Because they want to see if they're going to be able to retain you. So it depends where you're going. So there's some companies where they actually don't want you to stay that long.
Exactly.
They say, hey, come in. We want you to be free. When you feel like you want to go and come back to us a better person. No queremos vos guardar aqui 20 anos. Because we also want... So you need to know what kind of... And these are advices that we don't always have. E que é necessário saber, então nós queríamos isso, mas So we had to switch from wanting to depend too much on people and try and think, how are we going to deliver content that's useful, that doesn't depend solely on interaction? Because I think for a whole 3 to 6 months, we were just stuck on that. We're posting questions on IG stories. Like, we're doing this, but no one's answering. Like, how can we even start this discussion if no one, like, how? And then using your proper platform is the third thing I was going to say.
But you know what thing that I've realized about movements, especially here in Mars, and I hope this is an advice for you as a team. When you put a face in front of a movement, it's much easier for you to like gain this traction that you're talking about. As
opposed to just being like
an organization. You see what I'm saying? When you attach it to a face, because we as a society, especially us Mozambicans, we sort of have lack of trust. Like, aparece uma organização,
you're 100%, 100%.
Eu que essa cena, like, uma marca, eu que essa cena. But, se é uma organização, and then you're like, empresa X que, whatever, is like one of the persons that, that's there doing their thing. Oh, shit. As I was saying, deixa eu dar um exemplo. Se imagina, tá aí Bubacar, the brand, fosse what can I call it?
Bakar Taib.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Like let's say the name was Cortina.
Okay.
Marca Cortina, marca de high-end fashion, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you just start talking about it, people will be like, what the hell is this? But then if you go like Cortina owned by Taib, you look at it differently because like, yeah, I trust this person.
Yeah.
So when you attach a face to it, fica mais fácil de confiar-se na organização e no ideal também dessa cena. But these days, it's all about personal leverage. You need to have leverage over, like personally, you need to have leverage over people.
Yeah,
so once you start building that...
No, dude, that's on facts, eh? Like you're actually onto something.
Yeah. Once you start building that thing where you know that, so disser essa cena, pessoas, like, vamos dizer, por mais sejam 10 pessoas, vão ouvir e vão actually take it into consideration. It's good because 10 people can go into 10, 20, 30.
Sometimes though, and I was having this conversation yesterday with Cisco. Shout out now.
Hey, shout out Cisco.
Yeah.
Shout out.
And it's just the fear of not knowing how people are going to react to certain ideals. So we weren't necessarily, it refers to that as well, but I think the whole idea was like to detach our faces so that it becomes something.
Don't detach your faces.
Yeah.
Because people need to like see who's behind it. You see what I'm saying? This is why I even like turned my podcast into like something that's directly related to my name.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way people will be like, oh, podcast do Alan. Porque, infelizmente, é assim como as cenas são feitas aqui em Moz, and we have to live with it.
No, I like that. I mean, it's just the fear. So how do you, por exemplo, I mean, com o podcast, tu não tens de sair, por exemplo, das pessoas trying to relate your life outside of what ShaneCast is to what you say on Facebook, to what you say on Twitter. Like, how do you how have you chosen to present yourself?
My personal branding is kind of weird because the people that know me in real life, they know I'm like a guy that's kind of serious or somewhat serious about what he's doing. No, honestly, the ones that really know me, the ones that really know me, they know
like
that
there's a vision,
yeah,
a clear-cut vision, 100%.
Yeah. But then, who I am on Twitter, and I made it clear.
Like, it honestly couldn't get even more clear because it is
because
right on your...
In the start, I'll just post it. I'll be like, guys, I'm just here to have fun. Because here's the thing. On a daily basis, I don't like talking much about it, but like, from 2018 to 2019, I was just doing society stuff, schoolwork, like just focused on like, it was just serious things, sitting in meetings from societies and coming up with strategies. And
like your brain has no
your
time
brain
to
is
check out
constantly
because you're
working,
also
and
studying.
then you have to get to social media and be serious again. I was like, nah, this is my playground. This is where I just say whatever I want to say, where I make jokes, where I have fun.
Yeah.
And that's the place that I chose to do so. Obviously, when it comes to making some people believe that I'm actually doing some serious stuff, fica pouco difícil, porque they're like, mas você fica aqui a lançar piadinhas, que agora tá difícil com essas conversas sérias, não sei das quantas.
I honestly...
But then, when you actually think about it, and you look at the trends, like serious content here doesn't get as much traction, like on social media. It just doesn't get as much traction. And you're just there like, bro, you know what? I'm gonna have fun here. Cenas sérias na vida real, não precisa estar lá fora.
Yeah.
Uma das pessoas que é grande exemplo dessa cena para mim é Alex Dombo. I don't know, you've probably seen his tweets.
I have seen him.
O gajo está ali toda hora a viajar, but he's making major moves in his personal life. So you're like, bro.
Like, e sem dizer que if you're actually going
Shout
onto
out
social
Alex.
media, yes, if you're going onto social media também para levar cenas muito a sério, like, look, use it right. It's a great platform every now and then para matérias that are close to your heart. Sem dúvidas. But most of the time, tens que saber that it's also a place. Like, everyone is there for different reasons. And so you go and push your agenda forward. That's fine. But don't take other people's things too personally. I started doing that in the beginning, né? Eu podia ver tweet começar a zancar.
Like, getting your feelings.
Yeah. Mas,
the thing is, sometimes, né? I think I might take it overboard. I do admit it. From time to time, I do take it overboard. But then I remember that uma cena, there's explicit rules, like the stuff that's on the terms of conditions from each page, and then there's explicit rules, like se tu usas Instagram, tu sabes ali que exatamente
like,
this is how you should roll.
Like, do you know that women can't post their nipples on that, but you guys can? And that's dumb.
You know, it's like random things like that, you know? So when you know the implicit rules, then you can navigate the platform properly, because depois fica uma cena de like, bro, nós todos sabemos que Twitter é um place de viagem, todo gajo está a saber viajar, okay.
Yeah.
If you take it seriously, don't. And you know that very well, that Facebook, tu vais com piadas, mas tens que tone them down, because then you're going to bump into like a relative.
Family, yeah. So there's different platforms for you to do different things. And then there's Instagram.
Instagram is the weirdest place because it's a mix of everything else. And plus, a whole ton of virtual signaling where you like try and look like this higher thinking person. And then you have to like look extremely good.
Instagram just has confused me. I remember, did we talk about the phase where Instagram was overwhelming me?
No.
Eu nunca disse que, hey, Instagram para mim.
Maybe we have.
I think we have.
Because I think I've also told you the fact that Instagram also overwhelmed me.
It's just, it became a lot. The fact that Instagram started off as a place where you would post your picture. Like, there was no layouts. The fact that now there's like profile layouts that you have to post, maybe like uma foto, depois ser branco. And you can plan those ahead. You can plan those ahead because it's supposed to be visually appealing. So that in itself is crazy because it's evolved to that. If Instagram was like Facebook, but just the pictures, where you couldn't post a status.
I think that was the idea that those people had, like the original founders before Facebook bought it.
E depois começou tipo a ficar more aesthetics, and then you had all the celebrities come in, and you could see that it could now become a lucrative business.
Yes.
And all of the sudden, if you don't align with that, or if you don't go with the flow, which honestly speaking, I actually salute people that keep doing their thing on Instagram the way that,
and they're actually making
and they
money
choose
because good, make your bag.
Even if not making money, só postar fotos da maneira que quer, porque quer, because not worried about the numbers is beautiful. Like, there's this pressure on Instagram where like you think I can't even like post this meme. Now I saw a meme of how you see a meme and you think, I can't post this, but I can totally relate because it's Instagram. And it's crazy.
Oh.
Like, this is not appropriate for Instagram, so you just scroll, but you're like, should I save it or should I not save it? So
there's like that's when that meme just speaks about the implicit rules that each platform has. So once you know them, vai ser maning easier for you to navigate. I'm repeating myself, but that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I understand Twitter so well that I know how to navigate around those things.
I think I'm still, it's what you're saying. We should probably think about our personal brand, how we're trying to present ourselves, and know that either way, you're gonna cop some crap from people. Like, tu podes fazer X ou Y.
Cena do mundo. Like, look at Shaba. Shaba não insulta ninguém. No, like, Shaba tá repassando a dele. Obviously, he uses like foul language here and there, but it's not attacking anybody. Literally no one. Ele nunca mencionou o nome de away, Nely, não sei das... Nah, bro, nunca. But he's getting shit every single day. And I don't know why, because ele tá na cena dele, bro.
Tipo, se tu não quer escutar, não escuta.
Exactly, but people constantly keep on attacking him. So this is what I'm saying. Even if you do like the best thing ever,
it's
like,
still not gonna
os
be
melhores atos, sempre há de haver aquela uma pessoa que depois manda umas 10 pessoas around there, vão be like, ei, sabes, tem razão, nunca gostei dessa cena. Essa moça aqui, ela pensa que não sei das quantas. Esse moço aqui. So, I'm like, it's whatever for me. I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and that's it.
Yeah.
You feel?
Now, I back that. So just before we go into more content creating and leadership thingies, right? I heard a very, very good podcast. Eu esse podcast eu gosto. It's called I Said What I Said. Duas irmãs, they're based in South Africa. Mas não são sul-africanas. Mas acho que são do Uganda. Viveram in the UK or something. Alan, estou a pedir desligar já ar-condicionado. Está frio. So they're based there, and they were talking about friendships and jealousy, right? And one of them went on to define jealousy in the most beautiful way that
and what was that?
She said that most of the times when you're jealous, it is an issue or an insecurity you have with yourself, because you'd be surprised if you took the time. She said, okay, when you feel jealous, instead of hating on the person and staying away, get closer to them. Sit down with them, try and find out how their life's going and what a day in their shoes look like. You're going to sit and actually leave thinking, hey, I don't want your problems.
Yeah, true.
Like, this is the most. So when you are thinking, my sister, like, or a friend is, I mean, you might think doing the most, because that's another thing that you see quando tipo message gaining traction for whatever you're doing, is that some of your friends or closer circle actually go quiet. Hey?
Yeah, true.
Like,
Oh, my son, I'm not weird, but I'm not weird. Listen, like the people that you used to hang out with, and then you realize that, and then they rock up to you on some apps, and shit like that. But then you realize that the effort didn't come from both sides.
Like, oh,
as
you
much
podcast
as you tried.
now, and you're like,
so it's
and so you just have to like sit with the person. You just sit with the person. As the vid, chances are that you actually don't want that. In that lot of it, I challenge you when you're feeling some type of way, especially if it's with a friend or something, just go and actually have a chat. Try and hear them out much. Go have a chat, saying those previous ideas.
Yeah, like esquece tudo.
Aquilo que tu estava a sentir, porque tu podes sair e ver que, okay, a price comes with X, Y, and Z.
Exactly. About that, I think my story in high school, uma moça estava para entrar. I don't think I want to mention her name.
Yeah, no.
But she was about to get into school, and then before she came into school, todo gajo ficava a dizer, essa gaja aqui, man, você não deve falar com essa aí é uma this. You're like, bro, like, eu na minha cabeça eu fiquei like, sabes, eu não vou escutar as cenas que estão a dizer. Se é para ela me desapontar, ela que me desaponte depois de eu perceber who she really is.
Yeah.
And what did I do when she came into the school? I became her friend. I started like talking to her, started like understanding her headspace. And then I realized something, that she had been going through a lot.
Yeah.
Like personally.
Yeah.
Because of, boys. Like something that a guy did to her.
And high school is hectic. Something that both sexes do to both genders do to each other. High school, if you can like make it through that.
It's crazy.
It's
crazy.
something else.
So we're having that chat. Like we started talking a lot more, and then I realized that, wow, like you're really strong, and people are out here saying all of these things, and probably if they listened to you and understood your headspace and the things that you've been through, they wouldn't be doing this, And for my son, it's life. Cada gajo cagou para a cena.
Yeah, no, props to you
A vida
as well.
começou a andar. And when we had beef, foi uma cena já depois. Não foi uma cena that I didn't hotspot hate from other people.
Yeah.
Foi uma cena that happened between the two of us, and that was it.
Yeah.
So é mais importante a cena que estás a dizer de tu teres a conversa com a pessoa before you start hating on them, so that you can understand what is it that they're going through.
And what is it about them that you're feeling you would like to have? Because man, like, work on it.
Yeah.
You most definitely can.
Yeah.
Like if someone is doing something, you most definitely can also do the same.
Yeah, true.
So I have a couple of questions.
Okay. Drop
Two of them
Okay.
is, what do you think about the whole discussion of space and incoming content creators, like new people e a ocupar os mesmos espaços? Tipo, pelo menos na música, we have a lot of singers. Like we always talk about old school, new school, né? E na música muita gente entra e faz. Tipo, tem Shaba, he's doing his thing. Temos Yuta, temos Kuni, shout out, estamos à espera de montanha russa.
Dia 25 de junho, se não me engano.
Mas também percebemos,
So what do I think about this whole thing? Like,
of incoming people coming into the new podcast space, coming into the new o que nós temos em termos de content creation? Podcasting, temos vlogging,
everything.
Vloggers, there's
pretty much
heaps.
everything.
Sim, então
what do I think about it? I think it's good. Personally speaking, it's beyond good, because you know what the problem is in Mars, especially, we don't have people telling stories.
do you think we have enough listeners though, or would we be competing?
We do have enough listeners,
Competing,
but
sorry.
not everyone has access to the platforms where they can listen to our stuff. Why do I say that? I say that because
how do you get to those? That was another thing with YouLead. How do you get
to those people, right?
Yeah.
That's where you have to like be creative and be on the ground, you know, understand what are their needs. Então, uma cena que eu vi in the comments, like, foi no início do canal de Max. Ele estava a ler uns comments de uma cena, and then he mentioned that someone, I'm not sure if, mas foi um YouTuber, and they were saying that someone in the comments was complaining about the fact that they don't have enough megas to assistir vídeos que são mais de 5 minutes or something like that.
Okay.
So they have to be mindful of that. And I was like, yo, this is really important. This is why, for me, the podcast is for a specific market. It's for a niche market. I'm not trying to reach the masses. But if it does get to the masses and the masses find ways of like getting enough data on their phones, for example, for them to be able to...
So, no, sorry, finish that thought. I have so many thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they have enough data to like listen to the whole thing, I think it's just a plus for themselves and for myself. But I know that the way I structured this show, or this and the internet show, it's specifically made for a niche market.
Okay.
But when I want to get to those masses, that's when I have to like readjust my strategy.
So that's a struggle que nós tivemos com YouLead, porque eu acho que and I always bring it back to this, mas é muita partilha, tipo, tem sido uma experiência para nós muito interessante. Vocês, when we make it, nós ainda vamos dessa entrevista, because this is part of the process.
Yeah, it's part of the process. You need to, and this is one of those things that I was even talking to Derek yesterday. Shout out Derek. We need you back here in the podcast for like a proper episode. And we're talking about, we need to bring in people that are starting things right now in the beginning stage. Be it a podcast, be it a music career. So you can look
back.
Exactly.
Yeah,
this will be a track record of the stuff that they've done. So this will also be a track record, like all of these challenges that you've just mentioned. The fact that you guys are working at a distance and emanating hard for you to understand what's actually going on in the ground when you're there. And what you've just mentioned here, interaction. How do you create this interaction? I feel like interaction-wise, you need to like find a target market. Focus on it.
And get them to just, daí não se focar muito on numbers. Just keep delivering content, keep delivering content.
For that market, 100%. Like, once you know that I have 10 pessoas that are going to be my ride or dies.
You grab those and you don't let go. You keep getting feedback. No, I rate that because, assim, hei de voltar para aquilo que estava a tentar dizer, mas estou a fazer estágio agora na Jason. And we're working on the separate project with women.
Okay.
Not like our age group, but we're just trying to channel women and give them negotiating powers and okay. Então tem sido muito interessante that the group, like just through Facebook organic posts, in the past 3 weeks, I've been there for a month now, almost 300 members. It just keeps increasing, and I'm working with a very inspiring man, like he's the partner at Jason, and like it's just been amazing how he keeps going. And some people interact pouco das 300, only 10 interact, but best bet that all those people that are staying silent, é por isso que eu disse aquilo de interacting, não é tentar fazer sangue moçambicano. It's not just us. People do that everywhere. Some people will join a group, stay quiet to see what it's about, possibly recommend it, but never speak. But so just gotta keep going. Mas o que eu estava a tentar dizer com YouLead é que it's actually not for us. Like, it's not for your sister. It can be. It will help her in some aspects. Sorry, I use your sister in the sense that, like, yes, she will go, hopefully, like, back to say, so uni has got that. But uni doesn't have all the girls that are in our sistema de ensino público, that are in our high schools here, que estão mesmo nos ensinos privados, cá não há isso. Those are the girls we're trying to reach. Those are the guys we're trying to reach. It's a bit tricky to get to them because to our inner circle, we're preaching to the choir in a way. We're telling them, oh yeah, build your CV, but it's something they already know because they study overseas. They already get that support. So it's been tricky because we're like, and this leads me to my other question, which was language, né? Porque nós estamos a pensar, we're not getting to the right. Like, it would be nice to get Sul-Africana to have a miniature society style thing going on in grade 11 and 12. Like, that was our idea as well. Get schools to get into this flow of societies. You know, when you have athletics day, have the different societies or like a school magazine and different societies
like an exhibition type of
posts.
Thing happening.
Yeah, it's runs little stalls where they make lemonade, sell, make that money, and then they organize or get tickets for students to events to this. Isto já te prepara quando tu entras na faculdade. You're like, I have this experience in that, especially if you're coming from overseas. So, you know, we had all these things that would work tanto para escolas secundárias, tanto para pessoas que estão na universidade, que seria mais career building, like what you need to make yourself to be a good candidate. But we need the masses. We don't really need the niche in Mozambique. I see. Because they already have that opportunity. We want the people without that opportunity.
So for the masses, obviously, how'd you eat an elephant one bite at a time? So it'll have to be a thing of like you guys run it remotely at one school, and then
as a pilot,
you see what I'm saying? As a pilot, and then it grows from that and this is something that we can even talk about after we're done recording this, on how you guys can possibly go and reach the masses, on the people that you need to speak with. But one thing that I wanted to mention is in Moz, at least as we are now in the system where we don't like to computerize things, desktop research isn't the one yet.
Yeah.
Sending emails isn't the one yet. You need to
need to be there, go physically. Tipo, ter uma sexta-feira.
Knock that door.
E ter essas sessões com as meninas, por exemplo. Let's say a school allows us to run the program.
Not even just the meninas themselves, but just speaking with the high structures, the people that are decision makers in those institutions that are going to be like, yeah, you guys can actually run this thing. Oh, this is very good. We like your idea. Essas pessoas são as piores. Acho que até alunos veem mais e-mails do que essas pessoas. Alguns deles não veem essas coisas. They're just focused on like. So I have to go to them because we had the school, like on one of the societies that I was part in SA, we had the school that we wanted to do a career day lá. E mandávamos e-mails e todas as cenas que nos matricavam. We had to go there to like the school. Yeah, ficava num township essa escola. So like I remember the girls that actually went there, tiveram que apanhar mal da chapa, não sei das quantas, para chegar lá, porque é longe de Hatfield, where I'm staying. So,
sabes que nós isso estás a dizer de responder e-mails. Então, I got back because I was doing this ventilator project in Sydney, com a minha faculdade para apoio à Covid-19.
Okay.
Então cheguei aqui and I'm like, why don't we make our own ventilators? Because why not?
Yeah.
Tipo, sim, naquele
Was
tempo
it
os
like
casos eram
3D
poucos.
stuff or just,
Sim, envolvia 3D printing.
Okay.
E naquele
3D
tempo
printing.
os casos eram muito poucos, não tínhamos chegado até aqui, but I was like, yeah, so called some friends, Cassandra, shout out.
Hey, shout out Cassandra,
Yeah.
Cassandra Onions,
Yeah.
Cassandra Cebolas, shout out.
So, called her, falei com Abudo também, Paixão.
Okay.
Shout out.
Yeah,
And
shout
I'm
out
like,
Abudo.
guys, we've got this. And Cisco, of course, was helping. And then, ladies, top, that was meant to help. Believe me when I tell you that the projeto possível fazer aqui se nós tivermos o apoio necessário.
Yeah.
E também queríamos ajuda de docentes, because, like, yes, we are engineers.
Yeah.
I'm an engineer in the making.
Yeah.
But it's always nice to have someone que já trabalhou na área para ser tipo teu mentor, fazer acompanhamento, nananana. Das duas vezes que fomos ter reunião with the lady, she never knew we were coming. So we got there like 2, sat until 3:30. I mean, when it was my day, because I had things to do, I asked her secretary if I had to come back to the next day because I was already sitting there for so long. They told me to go at 2. She only saw me at 3:30.
Okay.
And the meeting didn't even, it's like, oh, do I have a meeting with you? Oh, even though Cassandra had already gone.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, it's really not that hard for you to keep agendas. And to just know, so
it all comes down to incentive. If the incentive isn't that big, not the money moral, because I don't want to get into way too much detail in this stuff.
No, we don't even have to. But the emails and the answering.
Yeah, it's just one of
the
those
boys So we spoke about like reaching the masses, you have to go in person, mas também tem aspecto de língua.
Língua.
Porque eu queria perguntar, so you're doing this shared. Post this is far.
I think you're still in the shot, so yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I am. So you're doing this bilingually.
Yeah.
Em algum momento pensaste em fazer só de uma língua? E como é que tu achas que as pessoas estão a assimilar o inglês hoje em dia? Like, do you think it's a turn off for people? Yeah, what are your thoughts? Did you even think twice?
Eu como conheço o meu nicho, porque eu estou a fazer cena, eu sei que eles entendem os dois, entendem. Podem até não entender fully, but they know both languages.
I really appreciate how you're like, I know my target market.
Yeah, for the like podcast, I know the people that I'm dealing with. I know who's going to listen to this, who's going to... Eu conheço as pessoas que are going to listen to this from start to finish. Yeah. I know the people that are going to listen to this halfway. I know the people that are going to listen to this in parts. I know the people that will just listen to 5 minutes of this to tell me that, yeah, I watched it. I know who I'm dealing with.
I feel like I need, like, wow, I'm leaving you with these gems.
You need
personal branding, like adding your face to the thing.
Add your face to the thing. And know who you're dealing with.
Knowing who you're dealing with, so and then just sticking to that. Yeah.
I know that those people are into, like they cresceram a Cartoon Network. Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
That's the best way of me explaining this language thing. But when the moment you start seeing me speak Portuguese a lot in the videos, or if I start like making shorts of videos, tudo em português, I kid you not, that's when I would have flipped my strategy. At that point in time, I'll be going to like bigger things. That's when I'll be trying to go.
Like expandir.
Exactly.
Yeah, porque eu e a Karen tipo começamos e dissemos português.
Yeah.
Mas quando tu passas muito tempo, eu pelo menos, como tínhamos dito, este é o tempo que eu passei, mais tempo que eu passei cá, desde que eu comecei a estar fora, isso foi em 2015.
Yeah.
Então, é justo que tu percas a
prática.
Yeah, the fluency, a prática, a pronúncia.
Yeah.
It takes some time to get used to it. Agora, I'm a pro. I'm just trying to be humble about it.
That's good.
Mas tipo, eu já falo, já consigo ter conversas.
Yeah.
Mas, no podcast deu a estar tanto que eu falava um bocadinho tímida. Eu quando ouço naqueles episódios...
Eu disse quando... Was it Teddy? Yeah,
Sim,
I think
foi
was
Teddy. Shout out.
Perguntou como é que tu diferencias Karen e Nely. I was like the one that stutters the
Bro,
most.
I say like the same thing 3 times. Porque de certa maneira, porque de uma forma, porque aquilo estava a deixar-me tímida, mas agora já estou mais acostumada.
Yeah, eu também no início dessa cena era uma cena like, como é que é, pessoal? Sejam bem-vindos a mais um episódio.
I heard, mas eu não fixei o nome, mas escutei possibilidades ontem.
What's her name? Gandia.
Yeah,
Gandia.
let's get that.
Let me check her name here on Insta real quick, but it's Gandia. Wait. Yeah. Carmen Alcóbio. Shout out Carmen Alcóbio.
Sim, shout out. Então escutei o
Host de
primeiro...
Possibilidades podcast. Go check her out on Instagram.
Yes.
I might leave the link below, if I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Então, ouvi e ela diz assim, welcome to podcast. For those of you who don't know what a podcast is, é tipo VN do WhatsApp muito longo.
Actually,
eu pensei,
it's an extremely
this is a whole
long
thing.
VN,
Exactly. Yeah. This is a whole thing, but it's so good. Então, yeah.
It's an extremely long VN, and you just hear talking about whatever. If you want to talk about serious things, you can talk about serious things. If you don't, also you don't have to, you know?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you're just like...
E então, também fala-me um bocadinho da tua experiência com TikTok.
Porque
eu tenho
eu não tenho muita experiência com TikTok, bro.
But just like your exposure, because I don't have the app. I have never downloaded the app.
Content creation. This is what I see, right? What I see is we're all within an ecosystem of people that want to do things. There's entrepreneurs, artists, people that just want to work, people that create content ourselves, you know. So within this network, right, we need to connect each other. And how do we do that? How do we get the message across that aquele gajo tem uma empresa X and he sells product X, Y, and Z.
By actually like
Platforms.
presenciating it in platforms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how do we know that this artist does this? Platforms. How do I find out que Nely é uma engineer or that she's leading an association? Platforms.
Yeah.
So the moment we as a society start working together, creating this ecosystem of sharing information from TikTok to Instagram to Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, you name it, your podcast, your YouTuber, everything, all of these things, nós estamos elevating each other at the end of the day
100%.
because como é que é? Positive sum game, não há zero sum aqui. Todo gajo ganha.
Sinceramente falando, tipo, eu nunca baixei a app. But that looks crazy. Tipo, eu gosto de ver o que as pessoas estão a fazer. Eu vi que aquilo leva tanto tempo. Tipo, tem TikTok de tu entrares, fazer aquelas danças. Mas tem TikTok de tu entrares, oh my gosh, tem TikTok de tu fazeres o que a Alix faz. Shout out. Because you're really funny, girl.
Alix, bro.
I love it. I love to see it.
And literally anyone, it doesn't matter what your background is. Alix, naturally, she's like kind of shy on her corner, but there she is. I mean, their TikTok's nice, you know?
Yeah,
so
good
no personality trait for you to do that. But the main reason why I'm always talking about these things is we need to work together. Não pode haver a cena de nos desprezarmos. Essas coisas de TikTok são para crianças, eu não posso fazer essas cenas. Porque no fim do dia, essas mesmas pessoas que estão a dizer essas cenas, they go and they lurk.
Yeah.
So you're just there like,
eu acho muito interessante essas coisas. Like, I think if something is not for you, por isso simplesmente não faz. You know, the way we can coexist on this earth da melhor maneira para não apanhar cabelos brancos is just don't do something que não te interessa or that you don't want, but let other people do it.
To criticize things and you're just there like, okay.
But criticism is good.
Yeah,
provided
definitely.
that it's constructive.
Exactly.
Provided that it's constructive. If someone is coming to you and saying, hey, eu quando escuto o vosso podcast, vejo que vocês sobrepõem-se na fala, vejo que vocês... Nananana. That's good, mas só...
Porque tu começas a perceber que, okay, maybe we need to like be more... Tem que haver flow como deve ser.
But just in terms of energies, né? Mesmo se não fosse críticas para conteúdo, algo que eu estou a criar, em termos de energias, eu não gosto muito de me envolver com pessoas que só apontam a problemas, porque... That's like not me. Para mim, se vais me dar um problema, I have a solution. Especialmente se for uma conversa que é um bocadinho construtiva. Mas só assim, só dizer, mas porque eu não. Então, I don't really get that in my circle.
I just thought of something now that I asked Derek once. And I need to ask you too.
Yeah.
How is life? I know I'm
that question.
This is a tangent. But I need to ask.
Life, my face is like...
How is life in a first world country compared to a third world country like Moz? Like, do you feel... obviously, differences are very, very tangible. Cool. But, like, run us through it, like, quickly. Like, what you miss the most about it? Like, I know that side things actually work. Okay. Like, things actually work. Like, they actually work.
Okay. Let me just do something quickly.
Yeah.
Before... I just need to do my homework.
You just need to do your homework.
Okay, cool. I was just confirming that Australia is a first world country. Because
it is a first world country.
Sometimes it doesn't feel like it.
It is.
So
is it? Okay, so please walk us through that. I think
this
is more interesting than actually my question. Like, why is it that Australia sometimes doesn't feel like a first world country?
Okay. Eu acho que a partir do momento que tu entras nessa categoria de first world country, há direito de seres made accountable for the things that you don't do, you know? Por exemplo, aqui, third world country, and not that people think that they classify it like that, mas tu quando vais a paragem de chapa, sabes que não sabes quando aquele chapa vai chegar. It's just how it is. Às vezes vem chapa, às vezes não vem chapa. But não estão a mentir. Australia, man. Sydney. Buses and trains are always late. That is frustrating. It's frustrating because you don't expect it to be. Because they have set times.
Okay,
então isso é bocadinho injusto. Para alguém que you're running on the clock e estás sempre a prestar atenção. Aquela tardia, you're actually counting minutes. You know, one thing I've noticed about countries E acho que não é só não é por ser third world, talvez é por isso que são, né? Mas tipo Índia, Fiji, aqui, we don't work with time.
Yeah.
You don't work with time.
Time
Tu
is
dizes
just
que
a
vai.
concept.
Tu dizes que vai chegar num sítio, vai sair às 10, a tratar bem é impossible. Quando tu vais tratar bem, tá a tratar bem.
Todo dia.
Yeah. E eu acho sair quando saíres.
Yeah.
Lá, now, you can actually count your things down to the minute. So that's what I like. If everything is organized, quando o Google te diz que vai levar 12 minutos para tu chegar a um sítio,
It's actually 12
vai
minutes.
levar 12 minutos. Tanto que os algoritmos deles lá também funcionam tão bem quando tu estás a andar e te diz que vais levar 10 minutos. You will take 10 minutes, but that's your walking pace.
So
You might
it
get my
knows
phone.
your
It
walk.
knows how I'm walking. It's so crazy because I love walking while I'm there, né? It's like my favorite exercise. Às vezes corro. Eu vejo uma distância e digo, não, vai chegar antes. Não, aquilo já pensou em tudo. So you're always in the radar. É onde aquele sítio onde falas uma coisa, dia seguinte, sim, that creepy thing where it appears and everything.
But that thing also happens here. It has happened to me.
Yes, low-key it started happening.
It's happening here.
E então, isso frustra-me porque you're trying to hold them accountable. Like there's been so many times. That's why I had to like buy. Oh my gosh, I have a soccer mom car, but I had to buy. But I love it. Like I was like, it's wheels. Like I needed wheels because já estava a criar-me de distúrbios, like to get to work.
Yeah.
Tu não podes ter plano de get to work depois ir para a faculdade
Yeah.
and public transport is just not working.
Yeah.
So feels like a first world country, but you know, it's got third world vibes to it sometimes. So that's public transport. Mais o quê? Advantages, everything works. You like it just works. Touch the banco, touch the casa. You can do everything from like your computer. You don't have to move. E digo everything works para serviços que eu acho que são essenciais.
Yeah.
If you lose your license, you get it. So there's não é isso de tu esqueceres carteira em casa, cops tentarem te complicar. No, like they have it digitally. You can have your license on your phone digitally. Like you literally can do everything on your phone. Não se usa cartões lá.
Wow.
Eu tenho cartão porque é preciso passar aqui.
Yeah.
But there it's on your phone. You tap your phone. Like you just tap things on your thing. You can have all your cards on your phone. Your phone is your most important thing.
Yeah.
Not really your wallet. Outros documentos. What else is good about it? Eu acho uma coisa que eu acho interessante é a maneira como eles parece que não mais mitigam a corrupção. You never know who or what you're speaking to. Quando vais ao banco, very rarely vais encontrar a mesma pessoa. They have such a good way of rotating their workers. E tu quando ligas, por exemplo, a linha do cliente da TV Cabo, não vais apanhar Alan de novo. Podes pedir para falar com o Alan se vocês já estiveram a fazer um assunto. But all your calls are recorded, one. So there's no way de tu sempre ligares para a TV Cabo e caias com o Alan. There's no way for you to know who's working there. And that's so good.
Just started recording calls here and was.
But they should also switch people up, you know? You can't, because the minute you think you have a sense of familiarity with someone that's offering this service to you, is when you think that you are above that law or that thing. There shouldn't be that.
Ou tipo, tu entras numa loja, um balcão de banco, tu sabes que aquele gajo sempre está ali e ele vai, like, pôr-te à frente da fila.
Sim. Algo que é um bocadinho de culture shock para mim aqui. Dizer também que isso de cunhas e conhecer, one of the biggest reasons why I don't want to stay there is we all think that you kind of don't need to know people to get things you do. I think your network is your biggest asset in anything you do. Your network is your biggest asset. So you need to know people. If you know someone in a job there, they will recommend you. Não significa que vão deixar entrar, but they'll recommend and you will have an inch up. Então, para mim, entre começar do zero lá and have to build my whole network e voltar para aqui onde já tenho, I'd rather be here. Tens que ter cunha. Mas nisso de teres que ter cunha, what was my thought process trying to get to? Nisso de ter que ter cunha aqui, I just feel like it's too much. Like everywhere you go, people are saying hi to each other. Tipo, tu não podes sentar num sítio. There you don't say good morning. And it's not to say Maputo is small. Maputo não é pequeno. We have a big population of people. But people walk into places and they're wanting to identify faces. Like, bro, just do your thing. If you're at the, but like, no one needs to know who you are. Like, if you work, that's fine. But I feel that a lot, like, with all due respect with my dad, like, you want to walk into a place and he's looking to see if you know someone, say hi, and then they all say hi. And I'm like, oh my God, I just want to eat.
It's so weird. I think I'm not exactly sure, but I would say
polite
é uma cena that it came from the Portuguese. They taught us this way of being, and that we have to like be kind, and we have to like do all of these nice things, like acordar, apanhas o teu vizinho na rua, dizes bom dia, não sei das quantas.
I like that.
You know?
You can say bom dia, but
and
you don't have to like...
you have to like do the whole thing of bom dia também. And for me, it's like whatever. It doesn't make a difference in my life.
So the fact that we're all actively trying to like sort of know and be sometimes means that there's an unspoken pressure of to do things.
And you know that even transfers into partying culture. Tu tens que chegar num groove e tens que apanhar pessoas que tu conheces primeiro, cumprimentar-lhes e só depois é que já ficas à vontade para tipo estás a curtir como deve ser.
Porque tu não podes só chegar e decidir ficar no teu canto.
Like, não pode ser assim. Você tem que chegar, andar. Andas todo place. Até se tu compraste o bilhete da coisa, daquela cena ali, VIP, vais andar todo place.
Sim, you even go, até 10 para o público. Because there's some people you're saying, eu estou ali, eu estou ali.
Todos os teus bradas e a cada brada estás a gastar uma malta 5 a 10 minutos de catching up, porque já não eles vejam a malta sei lá quantos meses, então ficam ali a conversar, then you're like, hey bro, vem já. Estou atrás, depois disso, já estou logo a virar, estás a chamar o teu brada, como é que é, brada, como é que é.
And for girls, it's makeup. I think after COVID, some good takeaway lessons we have to take. 2 beijinhos.
Acabou.
Então, tu poupas muito teu highlighter and everything you do on your cheeks. Porque aquilo tudo só acaba no princípio da noite.
And them niggas that get to y'all on some, like, licking their lips.
Oh my gosh.
Before they give you the 2 beijinhos.
Essa é a maneira tipo de te mostrarem que não, mas, you know, I used to joke because, like, when was it? We're in 2020, so like, 4 years ago, I was dating a dude there.
Yeah.
Então, whenever he was like, oh, how's Moz? Eu sempre dizia, bro, like, you just have to be ready. Porque quando as pessoas querem te fazer sangue, vão te fazer sangue com 2 beijinhos. Like, that is the time where people show you that you ain't shit. Porque vais fazer o quê? Vais dizer para não dar beijinho, tua namorado. Não podes. But people take that time to, like, be super extra, lick their lips. Sometimes they, like, aproximar slowly like this. Depois te dão beijinho and, like, suck your chicken.
Estás a ver, like, sociais. Estás a ver que sociais, onde chega aquele, o garanhão de todas, chega atrasado, like, the last guy to arrive. Super cheiroso, super bonitão ali. Depois ele só chega para, he looks around, everyone looks at him, and then they start doing their own thing. And then it goes around the whole living room at that beijinho.
Like giving little
and he's doing
like
exactly what you
super
did.
Slowly, like breathing, going in. You're even, it's like so tense because he takes that time to give the kiss, then he turns to your mans or whoever you're with and he's like, hi. And then you're left to just be like, porque eu sou beijinho, vai dizer, okay, oh, he kissed my cheek a little too much.
Yeah.
No, but you know that it wasn't just a beijinho because you give normal dois beijinhos to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So that was just a disclaimer I had to give to him at the time. But yeah, it's just a lot. Like, Maz is savage.
And socially, do you like it there or here?
I really like it there. I like it here because of the music.
Yeah.
Australian music made me like techno.
Dude, techno is good, I also didn't like techno much, but it's like
it's pretty nice. Good. But the issue is to get to the techno things. So it's not mentira, like techno parties normally involve people taking things and being in an altered state of mind. Yeah. So if you're not a big fan, like I love music, so I don't always I don't need like that. Yeah, but there it's that. But if you go to oh my gosh, Sydney nightlife actually. If you go to the clubs, it's commercial. Ding, 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 ding. Então, isso cansa. It's only nice when you have a good group.
I like underground stuff.
Yeah.
Like, ever since I went to my first underground type of
I think you mentioned this in SA, hey? Bro, you left so inspired.
Joe, like, like my life has been different ever since. E parece que estou exagerado, but Joe, once you experience those things, and festivals as well, once you experience those, like, a tua vida muda completamente. And you're just like, bruh, like, last year, shout out Derek once more. Basamos para Corona Fest. Shout out Stefan também. Shout out to the most gang que estava no Corona Fest last year que estava comigo. Joe, foi uma cena maninho crazy. Like, I was like, bro, a curtir na chuva, numa boa. Like,
you don't even care because it's just the music. Todo mundo. Então,
and everyone is like in sync. That's the most
Corona
important
Fest,
thing.
sorry, foi aqui?
No, in SA.
Like, in SA, okay.
Joburg.
Okay.
When everyone is in sync through music, bro, I feel like that's beautiful.
It's a connection. You don't even have to speak. You just feel it. Então,
Like, tu chegas numa pessoa and you guys just start so dancing together and you're like, wow.
o que eu gosto aqui is the music. It's really taught me to enjoy music. What I don't like about here, and I mean, this is probably something that haunts me a little bit, but I don't really care because, like, after being there, you will never see the same people at the club. You will only see the same people at the club. Se fores maninho para clubs de Afro beats, because the men there also just, and women, girls go. Oh my god, I'm also going to tell you something I just thought about. They go and it's all the same, porque não há muito, então you're bound to see kind of the same faces, and you're also not a lot of people of color. Então, cool. Mas club, brada, tu podes ir, não vês, é impossível tu ires para um sítio, podes ir todas as sextas, never going to see the same people, vais para bouncers, mas never see the same people, and it's taught me to have fun. Like, I genuinely go out to these places and I dance. I drink them. Se for para sair bocadinho torta, sometimes you leave, you wake up and it's actually okay. Like, it's just you and yours. My mistake was trying to like do that here. That's not a thing here. Because like we said, yes, you kind of know everybody because of that forced thing. Because I think we also force, and it's nice to know that you've studied with someone. Isso é verdade. Já disseram. Por acaso tem que... meus amigos já disseram. E eles sempre dizem, you have to like curtir matola. E aqui, because we feel like, oh, I studied with this person, so I have to say hi. You say hi, you all end up saying hi, and then you're all there. Somehow you're seen. Then you're having your fun dancing. But that's not... some people here dance, but for some reason, we stand around and we look a lot. Like, we would be lying to ourselves if we said we didn't do that, guys. We need to accept that this is what we do when we go out.
Às vezes eu saio para bater póster. Se estou a gastar o meu perfume, minha roupa.
Então, what happens when you are that odd one-out person that's dancing? E a Nely estava muito bêbada naquele dia. And Nely estava... But, like, when you think about it, so what? Like, why am I there? Of course, I can get, like, really drunk at home, and I should. I've now learned that. But at the same time, for you to clock that in your brain and register the next day, what were you doing? Like, why are we all having fun? I really like to go and enjoy the music. Então, se não for para isso, I don't like to go out.
This is why I like underground stuff, like a proper club. Not a
thing. Also, because I can't see, so when I go out, I don't take my glasses, so I can only see the people that are literally like within the vicinity of this.
Why don't you get contacts?
Não quero. It's an intentional thing. Eu não tô busy. I can see. Tipo, se eu tirar, eu vejo as pessoas, mas you're getting a little bit more animado. No, you're getting a bit animado.
I see.
And you just stop registering who's very far, so I can't see so far.
No,
y'all should get into glasses. Wear glasses, man.
I've been trying
ruin
to
your
contacts,
eyesight.
I can't. My doctor said I couldn't.
Is it too strong or too little?
The kind of problem that I have. It's the kind of problem that I have. That doesn't allow me. So I'm just like, whatever.
Just gonna wear glasses, yeah.
So, I mean, and festivals, do you like them? Not really. Festivals over clubs or clubs over festivals? What team are you? Or both of them have a special place in your heart?
That's a good question. Both have a special place in my heart. I think I'm pretty done with clubs. Porque chegou uma fase também onde... The reason why I like going out, clubbing at least, is because I actually see it as a challenge. I've been saying this for the longest time. Like, if any of my longtime friends are hearing this, or my mom, she will know that I have not changed. But I see it as a challenge between me and the DJ. Eu conheço minhas playlists.
Okay.
I go and I'm like, how long can you keep me on the dance floor dancing? You know? Because I don't know what he's going to play next. It's not predictable, but I know my playlist. Eu de verdade só gosto de sair because it's a whole surprise.
Bro, this is the way you've just put it out. I think I'm gonna adapt that to my life.
Yeah, it's kind of like, how good are you to make me wanna vibe like and dance my A off?
The longer you stay there on the dance floor,
vibing says a lot about the DJ. Yeah. Because he's somehow keeping you going, be it music that you know or music that you don't know. And so I think that is unique in itself when it comes to clubs. Because you go and you've got your people, but you're all dancing and it's so fun, and you leave and you're like, wow, that was good. And then there's clubs when you're like, I'm not actually feeling this
like,
music.
why am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I love clubs. Festivals, man. Wow. Australia, that's one thing I'll cherish for my whole life is just festivals. To start with, it's like 3 days, guys, and you don't shower.
Joe, I need to pee real. I'll call my sister.
Yeah. Just, okay. TMI. Yeah, we're just taking a little bit of an intermission here. I'm just gonna take this moment to. Yeah, it's just a little bit of an intermission. But this is a good setup, eh? Like, I like the wall. And yeah, festivals. They're just so amazing. So, we're back, ladies and gents, from the intermission.
I'm back. So we're talking about festivals.
So, clubs têm esse aspecto, onde me and mine a dançar, DJ, how long can you keep me dancing for, né? Before I want to call it a night. Mas festivais is about you and the community.
That's
you build a whole group, like if within the space of your tent, vai sair amigo das pessoas que estão ali, and you don't have to text after because you went with your group already. But there's this solidarity that happens in festivals that's just crazy because you're spending 3 days, you're gonna run out of foods, like people are doing their own thing. Depending on how you're set up, you might or might not have a shower and so on, but it's just love. Like when you're on that dance floor, you look at someone else and they're vibing with you.
Yeah.
Festivals for me is community, and the fact that and the options that there is in festivals. You can just
like
jump
different stages and stuff like that.
You can always just go to a different stage, and now I really like that about them. Be it day festivals, I do prefer like 2-day festivals, almost going on to 3. Those are lit. Only thing I would say, I want to reach a level onde quando eu tiver para festivais, eu já disse, I take my own portable toilet.
Okay.
Com o meu próprio cadeado, bros. Tipo no trailer, levares, alugar uma dessas casas de banho portáteis, levares com cadeado e ires, porque depois do primeiro dia, it's a bit disgusting, and e mesmo essa coisa de dizer com cadeado, people will break it.
Yeah, even on day festivals.
Yeah, like portable toilets are a bit inconvenient, and so I guess it's just that. But festivals are really about community. Community.
I think this year was going to be the year where I experienced my very first 2-day festival.
Which one were you planning on going to?
I had bought tickets for Rocking Days, but that one you couldn't camp there. But still, the whole thing of
coming back every day,
exactly.
And so that's been cancelled now.
Yeah, it's been postponed to next year. So,
but your tickets transferring.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, but going back to Corona Fest, when I was there, bro, just vibing with random people. You can also do that at the club, but when it's like out open, and I feel like it's different, you know.
There's
get
something
to see
nice
people.
About day drinking.
Yeah, and you just there like with people like, wow, like what's her name, whatever, and you're like, oh, this guy's playing, let's go watch him, even though not one of their favs, and they get there and like, oh.
This is actually pretty good. Really you discover new artists when you see them live as well.
Exactly.
That's so true. That is so true.
You're like, wow. So I do feel that, but I need to know from you when I go to my very first camping festival. What is it that I should look out for?
Okay.
Like besides having a portable toilet for myself, like actual normal things that I could do to make my experience better.
To make your experience better.
Yeah.
Dress up. Like, go plan outfits. Don't go. It makes it more fun. You actually have an opportunity to, and that's why a lot of like older people still go to festivals, because you can sort of escape from the Alan or the Nely that you are and look cute because everyone's doing that. So if you and your crew can like dress up, that's number one. It makes the experience a lot funner. It makes it easier for you guys to identify each other. If you all know que nós hoje estamos a usar tipo La Casa de Papel outfits, or yellow, all on yellow, or we're all wearing onesies. You will never lose the person porque é uma cena só vossa. Food. You need to be very practical with it and not think that you're going to be... There's usually food stalls, so like stock up on fruit. Parece brincadeira, but sometimes when you wake up after camping, like it's really what you need. And you learn that even from school camps. Like take non-perishable fruit that lasts long so that you can hydrate yourself. Take lots and lots of water. Don't take things that, depending on how the camping thing is set up, you're not going to be able to cook much realistically. And then fanny packs.
Shout out fanny packs.
Shout out to fanny packs. Aquele do fanny pack por tudo.
Shout out Asha por ter me ajudado naquele vídeo.
Yeah, no, aquilo foi amazing. Então, fanny packs are your friends. Don't take a lot of valuables. It's worth nothing. No one is looking at that. It's just about the music. Like, have a fanny pack, have all your belongings, and actually take that time to leave your phone. Like, disconnect. Então, fanny pack vai ter todos os teus belongings. Alguém com chaves e nanana. Wear clothes que vos identifiquem todos. And, yeah, be ready. Just vibe. Be ready to be exhausted. Like, take a swimsuit, wake up, and always spend... Se, por exemplo, um festival de sexta para domingo, and you're driving and it's far. Always best to do Thursday through to... Sunday, and or like designated driver stops drinking on the Saturday. It's something. It's a sacrifice, but that it's worth it because it's so tiring to be there. Like you're not getting enough sleep.
Especially if it's a very long drive. Like some of these festivals are like 300 kilometers away from like the city that you're in and whatnot. So
another thing is like no judgments, hey? Yeah. Because like I said, it's really about community in these places.
In the sense that some people have different
outfits, costumes. You might wake up and realize your friend is doing something like this. Like, just don't judge. Go in there. Like, take out all these taboos of who you are. Like, no one cares. Like I said, it's really about the music and enjoy that. Milk it. Listen to people that you never thought. Walk around. And yeah, I think those would be my festival recommendations.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice.
Food.
All right. So now this is the part of the show where we just send random shout outs to people.
Okay.
So you can just shout out anybody that you feel like shouting out.
I get a blank when these things happen. But if you've made it this far, I think I'd have to say shout out to like Karen, Nayara.
Shout out Karen, shout out Nayara.
Shout out Ada.
Yeah.
Shout out
shout out Cassandra Onions. Shout out Cisco.
Shout
out Supergas. Karen is out here wearing
Hey, Nelly. Because you say you know the voice.
Nelly's out here wearing Supergas, man.
Like, shout out Tough Times Never Last. Like, I really love that
shout out
group.
the gang, bros. Yeah. Like, shout out. Esse é o único podcast que eu vou bombar ali para assistir. Não vou dizer vocês têm que assistir desse
Sim, e nos dizerem no fim o que aprenderam.
Temos que apanhar uma cena para dizer no fim, para nós vimos nos comments. We actually watch it till the end.
Yeah. Fim do ano, passamos juntos ou não?
É isso aí que tem que dizer nos comentários. Se fim do ano passamos juntos ou não. FDA, hashtag FDA, yes, no.
Yeah.
Mesmo vocês que não estavam comigo e Nelly no fim do ano, podem bombar. É só para saber que a cena até o fim. Mas shout out quem mais? Shout out leadership, shout out juventude, shout out escolas. Shout out making CVs, shout out cover letters, shout out what else? Interview
personal
skills.
Development, interacting.
Shout out shout out mining Sanders, man.
Branding affects know your
branding. Shout out,
and you know your niche.
Como é que chama? Shout out aquele nigga ali que fechou eletricidade.
Oh my god. No,
like I don't want to touch up on the whole mental health stuff, but the fact that it showed us that, bro, it's possible.
This is how you stop
the
nation.
Shout out to the hack, not the guy or whatever.
Yeah.
Shout out to the hack, bro. What else? Shout out Fipag. por nos matracar esse fim de semana aqui.
Não vão ter água.
Não está a sair água na cidade,
bro.
Yeah. Niggas with tanks getting surprised. Niggas with like yesterday. Shout out Sharon.
But bro,
Ela bombou set monta. Se eu não tivesse aqui no dia
não
novela,
saber.
niggas with geradores, bro. Shout
I
out
feel
niggas
you,
com
girl.
geradores.
I feel you.
Shout out, bro. Shout out, Shout out Braga Mais, bro. Shout out to everybody. Shout
There's
out.
a lot, especially content creators above everything.
Shout out content creators.
Like,
shout out podcasters, bro.
Yes.
Shout out.
Yes, let's keep at
Kubula
it.
podcast, de me chamarem. Like,
Kubula, mas também Nely Psico. Like,
yeah,
actually,
get back to it. Yeah.
Record
Get
an
back
episode,
to it,
please.
Bro, please. But yeah, shout out to everybody. Nely, do you have anything to say about it that we've reached the end of the show?
No.
Any final considerations that you want to leave with the peeps?
Yeah, honestly, guys, I don't know if I want to go really deep, but genuinely, I think...
You can go deep if you want to.
Yeah, just everything we do, and I see people doing, just as long as it comes from a place of love, it's the most important thing, and I think that's what we always have to try and do as well. Create things from a place of love with that intent. If that's what you're doing, is saying intention, then man, you're on to something already. It's really all we need. But say thank you for this. I love it. We will be stealing this idea a little bit for our podcast.
Steal, brother. You can from my podcast. You can steal anything. Let's close the program. You can say whatever. Okay. So yeah, keep on doing stuff out of love. Oh no, não sei vou fazer o quê. I'll see. But yeah, keep on doing stuff out of love, fam. Thank you so much. This is yet another episode of the ShaneCast. Unfortunately, this week we didn't have the Saturday show.
But it's for a very noble cause and understandable.
Rest in power, RK.
And to everyone that's mourning, to the mourning community, just send out a whole condolences. He really did leave us with a lovely legacy and lovely memories. And so that's what we should honor. But that grieving is a very hard process. So we should all take our times to deal and channel it differently. But I think we could end with like a moment of silence, actually.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No cap. But yeah, this has been it. Thank you all for watching.